How the heck are you? Guten Morgen. And how are you this beautiful morning? If you're in Ohio, it may or may not be raining a lot. And I hear that there's some storms flying around here and there. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I have a really cool new deck of cards that I can't wait to share with you. Good morning. So these showed up at the shop yesterday, and I love them. I can't wait to play with them. Cannot wait. La-da. I would like to switch my hair back, but I can't give myself whiplash. One of those be like one of those brat girls. I can't do it. Anywho, what are you doing this morning? Huh. Okay, so I have a new deck of cards. You guys want to see it? Want to see it? It's dropping coffee and procrastinating cleaning it. Oh, Courtney, I'm sorry. Don't drop your coffee. It's coffee abuse. Don't do it. I'm looking for a line of coffee. Thank you. I'm looking for a line of coffee to have in the shop. Now we're getting tea in the shop. We're getting herbal, loose tea, and I'm kind of excited about that. So we were shopping for it because we've had a lot of people ask for it. So I'm looking for a coffee to put in the shop, and I want Coffee Shop of Horrors in there, but I can't find out how to get it wholesale. So I've got to call them today and see if I can figure that out. Kind of excited about that. But I have this. We had a new order come in yesterday, and I'm going to have to order more of these. I know it because they're fun. The new thing is Organic Death by Coffee, I think it's called. I think I saw that. I was going to get some mushroom coffee in too. I know people are into the mushroom coffee. I'm not sure I feel about that, but we'll see. We'll see. But I bought coffee pots and little coffee infusing pots and stuff. So we're going to start doing tea evenings at the shop when we're doing classes. We'll be able to sample teas as well. And yeah. But Death Wish. I'll look that up. Death Wish. So this morning, everything's coming up, sunshine and roses. I've planned a fabulous day. Good morning, everybody. So these cards have a really good feel to them. They're quality cards. They're really, really nice cards. And I want to know who prints them because I like it. They're really nice cards. And when I start playing with them, you guys are going to be like, I must have some deck. Maybe, maybe not. I like fun cards. I absolutely, okay, fine. I like fun cards. So I have to tell you, in the middle of the night, I was awake at 2:00 this morning. So uncharacteristic of me. I do love my sleep. But I woke up and I woke up thinking about remodeling our camper. It's where my brain was. And I was like, well, if we rip out the floors, which I don't want to do, but I think the floors need ripped out, and then we can put it all brand new bathroom in it. And it's a what year is that, Richard?
What?
The Silver Streak. It's like a 1969 or 1970 Silver Streak, and it's really, really, really cool. It looks very much like an Airstream. They used to be the same company, and this company broke off. So it's so retro, and I want to keep it looking retro because I am kind of a retro girl. I do love retro stuff, retro clothing, things like that. But I woke up in the middle of the night thinking about how to renovate the camper. Hi, Heidi, because we want to be able to travel. right? Good morning, my daughter. Good morning, my mother. Good morning, my mother. I only see you as Facebook user. That's the only reason I knew it was you, Mom. So we're talking about renovating the camper so we can do some traveling, like when we go out west and we want to just kind of have fun along the way. And it's super light because the whole thing's aluminum except for the frame. But so let's pull a tarot card this morning. I have a new deck of cards. I'm going to show them in a minute, but I'm going to pull one of these first. I love this new deck of cards. It's so fun. But the cards that I'm pulling from right now are kind of smart ass and they're kind of fun too. And these are the Housewives Tarot, the domestic divination kit. Because if I'm nothing, I'm a domestic diva. Whatever. Good morning, everybody. Not a domestic diva. Never been one. Never will be. No, it's not a thing. So let's see what our cards say for the day. I'm going to pull 3 this morning. That's what my guides are telling me to. Ooh, I almost pulled like 30. Meredith Reed, I want to tell you, you are shining, girl. I don't know if you realize it, but you shared a picture of yourself online the other day, and it was just this beautiful look of you, just like you, and it just is shining. I don't know if you realize that you have like changed your energy in such a dramatic way that it's just shows right through you. Didn't know if you knew that. Was going to share. My husband and I actually were talking about it. So you were part of a conversation and you didn't even know. Now my coffee I didn't want to stop for it. So we're going to pull some cards. Change. Yes, we have change coming. But it's so funny because I've never seen that card before. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is about right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is why I pulled from this deck this morning. Obviously, this is the first card because obviously it needed to happen this way. I do love this deck of cards, and I only have to take in Tanya Lee's tarot class, which we hope to have her come to the shop, and yeah, pull it. No, did we actually really, Sam and I both start to use tarot because now we have a better understanding of how it goes and the storyline behind the tarot. It's not just the intricacies of all of the little bitty things in there. It is the story as well. So if you guys ever have a chance to take, she's a member, Tanya Lee, if Harmonia Tarot, if you ever have a chance to take her class, please do so because it is truly amazing and you will look yes, she looks so happy, doesn't she, Katrina? Meredith looks incredibly happy. You will see the tarot in a wholly different way. Absolutely. Okay, so the first one, I was like, what do we need to know this morning? What do we need to know? And I think this is relevant for me as well. So can I get a whoop whoop this morning? Can I get a hello? Okay. So the first card from the domestic diva tarot is death. But what killed me about the card, because I'm not afraid of the card. Okay, the card is like, whatever. But it's the real salmonella. Like, what the hell? What the hell are they cooking with? It's awesome. So this is the first card. This is like where we're finding ourselves right now. Isn't it a fabulous card though? Everything expires. Everything expires. It does. I love these cards. Wait to see the next deck. I love them. Everything expires. But this is true, right? These are just as bad as the Uranus cards. Everything has a date. Everything has a time. If you were supposed to stay in the same attitude, Tanya Lee, there she is, everybody. So here's the card. I know, Tanya, aren't these fabulous? These are fabulous. So everything has a time frame. Every emotion has a time frame of intensity in our life. Every situation has a time frame and it's gonna pass. That's the constant. It will change. Change is the constant. You don't have to worry about everything staying exactly the same, because this is what this card means. People go, oh, the death card. Oh no, someone's going to die. That's not what it means. It means, ask Tanya, that everything has a time frame. Something's going to start and it's going to stop. That's the cycle. It's the cycle of how we live. That's the cycle of how we learn. And we're doing that all the time. So it's really a cool card. Don't look at the death card like, oh, it's not necessary. It's not necessary. I was like, think of dodgeball. It's not necessary. Is it necessary? No. If you don't get the reference, I'm not going to spell it out. I'm just not. Because if you know dodgeball, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Yes, Meredith says it's the end of some old stuff that's no longer needs to be in your closet. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, but here's what I do have to say. I need the zombie. In melody decks. I haven't seen the melody ones. I have to look at the melody ones. I don't have the zombie, but I'm going to have to get them. I'm going to have to get them because I'm having fun. Okay. Here's the thing I have to tell you. It is going to flip your strip. You are going to feel like, you see that drink sitting right there? You're going to feel like you need it. Sometimes we get our life feeling turned upside down. Dodge, duck, dive, dip, and dodge. Courtney, yay! You watched it a couple times. So have we. I need the melody. It's a vintage cartoon deck. Yes, I have to look that up. Okay, I'll have to look that up. So I'm trying to get fun decks in. Wait till you see this next one. I love it. It is hysterical. It's not so funny, but I just like it. It's funky. It's funky. Death allows for new beginnings. This is great. So tell me what the death card means to you guys. Tell me what the death card means to you guys. Because it's just the end of a cycle. That's it to me. And that's really, what it is. But it's not anything to be scared of. But it can put us in an emotional turmoil, can it? It can put us like, oh my God. And we can lose our zen. And this, I pulled this with myself in mind. I'm sorry, but I did. I went, okay, what does everybody and myself need to know today? And don't lose your zen because of change. Don't lose your zen because of change. Change is the natural cycle. Pay attention, get the lessons from it, and move forward. Death card is typically a sign of change, and sometimes it's extreme change. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sometimes it can be uncomfortable, and most times it's uncomfortable. But then we take the lesson. If you're paying attention, you take the lesson and you move forward. And guess what? Then you don't have to do it again. You can check that off your list on the other side when you're life between lives and go, look how good I did at that. And you move forward. Good morning, Ben. Good morning, Katrina. Okay. Because what happens when you learn? What happens when you go through change? And, sometimes we go through change gracefully, and sometimes it looks like a shit show. It's not always, and I was going to say it's your choice, but it's not always your choice, right? Because there's external factors as well, right? It's okay. It's all right, but it's going to happen. Change happens. Because on the other side, if you can learn from it, this is a great pull. This is a great, great, great 3-card pull this morning. Because on the other side of this, look at that. She made him ham and eggs. He's so happy. He's so happy. Happy home. Happy wife, happy life, right? But ask Sam, he'll tell you. Things work out. Things always will work out when you're learning through the process. Whether it's good, bad, and different, whatever, it works out. And you'll hear people go, oh, only if I get through this. Well, you're going to get through it. You're going to get through it. No matter what, you're going to come through it. You just have to pay attention to how gracefully you do it and how much you learn along the way. Ask Sam, what did I miss? The card, honey. Look, he's so happy. Happy wife, happy life, right? We started with this card, the death card, the end of something. It's okay. Sam, this is a really good pull, Sam. This is really good. So this is the death card. It is this real salmonella. It is the death card. And it says things change, the end of a cycle. Things do that, right? And then expect to have your apple cart upset. Look at her. She's drinking. It's early for her to be drinking, right? So expect your apple cart to be upset because that's what we do. And then happy life because we took purge, right, Bri? Purge. Johanna, good morning. I hope you're having a good day. Sam, I have so many questions. I'm going to pull another one from here and just see what the... Be smart about all the information that you have come across. Be smart about it because it's coming from divine, right? It's coming to you. It's a gift to you. You have information on how to deal with things, and it's right there. Good morning, everybody. This has been, I was always nervous to pull from this deck because I didn't think I could get the messages from it. Oh, that's Richard. I didn't think I could get the messages from it. And I'm thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Tanya. Tanya Lee. Yeah. When you know about your schedule, we need to get you scheduled to come in town and do a class. That was a really good pull, wasn't it? It's a really good pull. It's not me, it's spirit. I just pulled the cards. Okay. So good morning. Let's do this again. I know, but Tanya, I was always nervous about the tarot. You made that change, right? I was always nervous about it. I didn't want to pull it. Mm-hmm. Because I thought I had to know every minute piece of information that was in it. Like I thought I had to know all the symbology that was in it. Absolutely. And it was something I was told but from somebody a long time ago. Donna's feeling pretty amazing today. Awesome. If everybody could share one time, that'd be fabulous. If you are in the local Defiance, Ohio area, this is the new moon is going to be wonderful for us. I believe that. I do, Donna. Look at me. That was just my realization that it's a new moon. Oh, I need to have somebody send me alerts on this. If you're in the Defiance area tonight between 5:30 and 6:30, we're having an open discussion at the shop on what is your intuition, to help people understand that they are getting intuition all the time, that they're getting psychic information all the time, and to help them assimilate the awareness into their life. So we're going to be talking about clairvoyant. My favorite color is clear. Sam. Tarot, Tanya says tarot is a lifelong study, just like life. So might as well embrace it. Next class in April. Good morning, Shelley. So tonight at the Mystical Moons, we do have between 5:30 and 6:30 an open discussion on what's your intuition. I will be talking to people about how to identify their clairs and why it doesn't look like Hollywood. That's a big deal. A lot of people think that these things look like Hollywood, and they do not. After we get all situated and we have the Zoom portal up, we will be offering these classes on Zoom as well for people that are in the membership. So that'll be an added bonus to the membership for when we do live classes in the shop, that we can Zoom portal that as well. But that is, we're waiting. Mr. Fry got pulled into work 7/12s and he's working his keister off. So we can't do that right yet. Message come from spirit all the time. Miss Ellie Coyle, Boom, 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 boom. Good morning. You're here just in time to see this new deck of cards. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. I am live. I'm trying to be live at 9 in the morning. Yesterday, I wasn't. And it's because I spent the weekend in the shop and it looked like a bomb went off in the shop and then there was a serious scuffle afterwards. So I had to go in straight in the shop up before Ashley got in. So I got a question. How much is too much for using spirit in your everyday life? Anybody else want to answer this? Anybody else answer how much is too much? There can be you can use spirit, you can call on spirit to be a part of your daily existence, but if you're going to call on them every time you want to make a decision, you need to, this is where you're not, I don't know. I'm not, bleh, bleh. My caramels aren't melting. Okay, new cards. Oh my gosh, they're cute. They are so cute. I only have one other deck of these in stock. I can get more if people want them. There we go. So let's do it. I like I like the feeling of the cards. I like the feelings of the cards. They're very quality cards. They have a great shuffle quality. Sometimes you get, yeah, there's no good answer to this. There's no concrete answer to this. Everybody's different. Just make sure it's not ego. We're going to be having an oracle card class, Shelly, absolutely. Okay. That's it right there. That's the answer. I mean, it's not the answer, but I'm gonna let it go. Okay. So first of all, the cards are green. Look at that. They're green. Does anybody know what this deck of cards is yet? Does anybody have this deck? This could be an identifier right here. Does anybody know? Because if you have this deck of cards, I've never ever seen another deck of cards like this with the green edge. Anybody? Oh, you didn't see it. I pulled these out. I was like, shut up. You see them in gold and silver. You never see them green. And they feel so good. I know it sounds weird, but they just have this great, easy to shuffle feeling. Okay, so I'm going to show you these cards. Ready for it? Are you ready? Are you ready? I love them. I'm sorry. You're probably not going to be excited about them as I am. I agree too. Also, part of our soul contract is being able to live the human state. So if you're constantly in a spiritual communication state, you aren't experiencing life like it's supposed to be. I like it. The Mystic Martian Oracle, y'all. The Mystic Martian Oracle. They are fabulous. Look at the back of them. You have the Martian deck, Tanya. Of course you do. Look at the back of them. They're so fun. They're so fun. So they are hysterical. Look at Starseed. We just don't feel like we're living in the right spot, right? Gosh, I just love these. Oh, that's an air element. Pleiadians. You don't have that one? It's Oracle, though. Yeah, it is Oracle. Pleiadians. And what I like about these, unconditional love, excitement, and laughter. What I like about this deck, and I'll tell you, we do revolve, and into the extraterrestrial aspect. Our Ouroboros, not heard. Oh, infinity. Okay. We do in our family here kind of revolve into the extraterrestrial element. We have some really cool sightings that we've seen, and things like that. Richard's had sightings here in the yard. Sam's had sightings here in the yard. I have a picture of a craft over by Toledo, like clear, clear at night, and it was so we have sightings in the family. We've had them over the years. And we also do communication with extraterrestrials here and there. Ashtar, I've been known to channel Ashtar, some different things like that. So when I saw this deck, I was like, oh my God. Aren't they so fun? Meredith, you got to come out. There's only one deck left at the shop right now because I only ordered 2. And then I went, oh, that's not enough. I'm going to have to order more. But I'm looking for, I keep coming up with these Agarthans. But what I like about the deck is that each card they have this identifier on them, right? So it talks about what the extraterrestrial race is. I know I'm buying my own products. The ET terrain is not your specialty. I work with the others. Joanna Burkhart be all over that. Bring it on, Jonna. But what I like about it is it's talking about the aspect of the extraterrestrial race that is presented on the card. And this is actually pretty accurate because I've gone through them. And so if you're looking at the Syrians, they are the artists. They're the intellectuals as well. And they're just very straightforward energies. So if you start working with these energies, you it is the bonus of owning the inventory. You start to see that these are actual representations of the personalities of the extraterrestrial races, because a lot of these races have very streamlined types of, you look at Earth and we're like all over the map, right? But you look at some of these extraterrestrial races that have grown together and over, however long, and they form a collective personality. Look at this. The Andromedans, autonomy, free will, and manifestation. I like that because to me, the Andromedans have this this energy that's like, you can do anything. You can do anything. These guys, if you've ever worked with mantis, if you've ever worked with the insectoids, I know that's the strangest thing I've ever said online. Have you worked with the insectoids? Hold, please. I have to get the rest of my caramel. Okay. Off we go. They are very quiet individuals. Communication with them is very tentative. It's almost like a brush of thought. It's not really strong. So I really like these cards, not just for the art, but for the information that comes on them as well. Because I'm looking at them. Lyrians, they come across very, this is the information. And it's a stronger push. So we'll talk, as in the shop, we're going to talk about extraterrestrials as we go along, as people accept our sort of weird. But it does. So, but these cards are adorable. Gak, gak. Oh my God. Anybody get the movie reference? I did. Galactic Federation. This was interesting. This is one of my very first, not my first encounter with extraterrestrials, but you can go. They're online, Meredith. They're in the online store. Yeah. Johanna's channel Mantis. Mantis is an amazing energy. I love Mantis. It's just like a soft brush. I can get more of these in. These are fast. They're fun. They're fun. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any other There's water elements. Syrians, very much a water element with the Syrians. Yeah, very cool. So I just liked these cards, and Arcturians, very intellectual. So I just like the cards. So we're going to read from these cards this morning. We'll see how that goes. I just think they're fun. Oh, I need to get more fun cards into the shop. Yeah, go to the online and I will pull them from stock, Meredith. That is, I love this kind of weird too, Heidi. It's just a good morning, Diana. But you can hear that shuffle. It's a really nice, clean shuffle. And it does have a booklet that comes with it. And I haven't looked at the booklet. Maybe I should. Maybe the booklet has some funny stuff in there. Woo, Angel. So let's see what the booklet has. Oh, actually, the booklet's really nice. I like that. It's very easy to read. So if you're using a book to read, you have to sometimes go through everything and try to figure out where to find the information, right? And this one has like card meanings, and if it's reversed, if you read in reversed, so it's really easy. Good morning, everybody. I like it. Nephilim. Sorry, I can't read this morning. Men in Black. There's a Men in Black card. I haven't found it yet. Okay, let's do it. Ellie says, I don't know how I feel about galactic messages as opposed to light beings from God. Does that make sense? It does make sense. Ellie, the best way I can put this is I feel the same vibration from both. I believe angels are actually extraterrestrials. I believe they've been around way longer than our planet. They're more of a universal being. And the same, that's just the way I believe, though. That's the feeling I get from it. So if I'm working with extraterrestrial, I get the same feeling as if I'm working with maybe Archangel Michael in some instances. So yeah, we are all ETs. We're all planet here. We're plants, not plants. We're not plants, but we're planted. So the last suit you will ever wear. Yes. But that's the feeling I get. And the reason I say that is when I first started working with Athena and Artemis, when I started working with Artemis, because Artemis is the one that took me higher. Okay. And it was the collective that I was taken to. Do we really want to have this weird conversation this morning? Because it's a weird conversation. It can feel weird to some people, not to me, but it can feel weird to some people. But it's just a feeling that those energies are one and the same. But we as humans have made them accessible to our brain so that we can assimilate and digest the thought. Because if we're thinking only of God instead of divine, then it's easier for us to digest. Does that make sense? If you start thinking of creator as everything, as God, see, I think of God as everything. I think of God as from the blink to now. And if you put those energies all in there and see that most of them helped create where we are today, you know I feel like those angels have been there from the beginning. We use division too much in so many ways. Absolutely. Yeah, we are all an aspect. It's a collective belief that they're not of God. But that is something that has been put to us. It's been put to us to bring us into a more manageable state. Does that make sense? And I had somebody that was I don't like to work with the angels. We are all one, absolutely. And I had somebody come in, they were like, I don't want to work with the angels. That's not something I want. And I felt kind of bad because they were like, I hate Christianity. And I was like, don't I hate Christianity? you don't have to be appreciative of some of the man-made aspects that go into it, but it has and I believe this, everybody needs to have something to believe in, right? It's how we form our morals. We all have to have somebody. I know it was sad. I was sad because I have no problem with it. I have no problem with that. But it's probably something somebody did, right? Not the religion. The religion didn't do that. Although the religion has been rewritten and rewritten and rewritten, it is a belief system. I think God is the divine as in all, but I'm still on the fence. I suppose you could say it is a message like what angels give. Yeah. Yeah. But I believe the angels have been there so much longer. The same could be said for any religion. Right. Johanna says we all receive messages through our own filters of belief and programming. Absolutely. So when she said that, I was like, yeah, but you got to think back further because obviously I believe she's a brand of pagan. Okay. And there's so many around here. It's like mind blowing. That when you call in the watchtowers, what are they? And what are the watchtowers' names? And if you consider paganism has been around a whole lot longer than Christianity, and they've always been calling in the watchtowers to guard their circle, that's how I bring it in. Yes, don't let the hypocrisy of organized religion take away from the religion itself. I really, really, really believe people need to have a belief system, whether it is I believe in nothing and they follow that, or that always trying to find the science behind things, or they believe in everything, which is kind of where I fall. I believe it's all put here for us. Sorry, we took this deep, didn't we? This went deep this morning. We went from alien cards to deep, deep, deep. So, but I was sad to hear this person say that. But angels are amazing energies. I never anticipated working with angels ever. Like nothing. I never anticipated any of this. Yes, people need to believe in something to find the light themselves. It's all the same. One can't exist without the other. Hermetic law. Yeah. Okay, so let's pull some aliens. Aliens? I know nothing about no aliens. What do you mean, aliens? Truth is subject. What you believe will be based upon where you are in your evolution. Yes. Okay. I think it's just like the holidays we have where there was a belief, but we never saw Santa or Easter Bunny. Some feel the same about religious figures, if that makes sense. Yes. So this card just kind of flew out. This one is about, and look at that, right? I really believe this flew out for a reason. It's about eternal. It's about that eternal belief that what's always been there to build from, right? What's always been there to build from, because that's really what it is. Your people with our limited little brains have built religions or belief systems based on the greater scheme of things, right? They took in the things that were within their existence and they made a framework out of it. So if you consider that the angels were there to assist, you look at some of these old texts and things, and they're talking about all these things that are out there, but they got knocked out of the books because it was easier to have people focus on one thing than the greater thing, right? Santa's not real? What, Katrina? If God or Jesus or the angels, etc., weren't real, then we wouldn't be here today. And you look at them in a greater scheme. Look at them beyond Christianity, though, right? You have to look at them from beyond. Yes, Laura says, I relate to omonism. It's all connected. Absolutely, that's why I am too. Yeah. Yeah, Santa Claus was a guy. He was a real guy, but he wasn't a nice guy. You know where Santa come from, you guys? I mean, Santa Claus. Like we think of him. Trivia question. Does anybody know? Who knows? Somebody knows. I know somebody knows because we taught this in class. Ooh. All the translations weren't properly translated to English. Yes. Yeah, Santa Claus really was. It's Saint Nick. Saint Nick. But does anyone know where Santa Claus came from? And it's another name for him, but the thing we think of today came from Coca-Cola. Look it up. The red and white Santa Claus we know today came from Coca-Cola. He was an advertising campaign that was much friendlier than what they had seen before, and they took it. Yeah. So the same with I don't know where actually St. Nicholas actually came from, but the Santa Claus, the jovial Santa Claus, rosy cheeks and all, came from Coca-Cola. And J.C. Penney's, was it J.C. Penney's or Sears? It might have been Sears and Roebuck at the time, helped flesh that out about the same time with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So they took from the Coca-Cola ad, added Santa Claus, all jovial and stuff, and then it snowballed into this huge thing. Because they were trying to look for new advertising for their company. I think it was either J.C. Penney's or Sears and Roebuck's. And they fleshed it out. That's really the power of branding. Is amazing. Amazing. But Coca-Cola. Same with the polar bear and Coke on a Coca-Cola. Yeah. Yeah. Look it up. We did a class on it. Okay. Men in Black, right? Oh God, this is a great card. I like this card. It was reversed. Don't fall for the stalking and the intimidation and the confrontation. Don't let that. Tanya, Mr. Fry, and I will talk about that tonight. We'll talk about it over the course of the day. She's like trying to figure out travel plans for the UP. We'll figure that out. Don't fall. Now, if it was this way, right? But it's this way. It's reversed. Don't fall for the confrontation and the intimidation. It's just not going to happen. Don't be a party to somebody else's nasty energy. You have people you can rely on. Now, I want to talk also about people in your life that love you, that you don't even realize love you. So there's part of our soul circle is just sometimes just a support system, right? It's just a support system that we surround ourselves with. And that's part of our soul circle as well. Negative out. Because we're bringing in new things. We're birthing new things. That's a cool card. I didn't really look at it too much till I got in the camera. But we are bringing in new things. New, and that's what comes, right? It's basically what the cards earlier said. Out with the old. Don't worry about it. Let it go. And bring in the new things because you've learned the lessons. Absolutely. Learned the lessons. Yeah, Coke is a real collectible. We had a I know, right, Diana? We had somebody give us a nickel Coke machine when we had the shop, the Nail House Rock, and it stood in the shop until we sold the shop. It was a really cool piece of memorabilia, so it was very cool. All right, who can take a lesson from that today? Shit changes, and don't lose your cool and keep moving forward because you're always learning. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm learning. I'm learning, and we're all learning. So let's do it together. Haha, fun, yay. If you're not in the membership and you want to be in the membership, please go to mymysticallife.com. We have, as soon as we get the other side of the shop set up, we're going to be doing Zoom stuff. Mr. Fry's been working 7/12s since Christmas. So good morning, Teresa Gibbs. That is, it's kind of slowed our roll a little bit, but it's okay. It's okay. Anyhow, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. I can take all this. I'm sure Ellie has more for me today too. Yeah. Diana, I hope everything's find your zen. Find your zen. All right. Everybody have a great afternoon. Find light, find love, find joy, feel divine, because you are. And if you're local, hopefully we'll see you between 5:30 and 6:30 tonight at the shop, because we will be there talking about what is your intuition, how to engage it, and how to interact with it and bring it out more. All right. I know, Teresa, I'm so sorry. But everybody have a great day. If Mr. Fry were here, he would say, may the light be with you always.